Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Quasimorph. In the last part, we were able to successfully take out one of our newer clones out for a mission, which was great, and we also got to experience our first starvation event, which wasn't great, but we also managed to get through it pretty well. And more importantly than any of that, we also began getting our upgrades to the Hainer, which right now is just our pod, which is pretty damn good in its own right, but more importantly, it does put us in striking range of getting the shuttle upgrade, which would be amazing. So I think that's what we're going to try and work towards today. That's mainly going to involve us getting together some equipment so that we can do some upgrade kits. And for now, what we need is the construction or engineering kit. And I believe that's going to be one of the high-tech kits we need. And I don't know if I can actually make that one yet. I'm guessing no. I have tried to get those things out, but I don't believe I have it quite yet. No, we need printed circuit boards. So yeah, our main objective today is going to be trying to get printed circuit boards, some crude mechanisms, and some rods. We do have a couple options around here on the moon. There were also a couple missions over on Zyolkovsky. Honestly, those look like they're pretty tough, so I'm probably not going to go for either of those. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and pop a monitor just to see if we find another mission that might be a little bit more interesting for us. Frank Comp wants to actually take out Sunlight Coven here. That's a 3-floor mission. How about we change things up a little bit? Let's actually help out Planet Bridge against Ancom. We're going to do a control mission, which I don't believe we've done yet. You got to protect cargo of Planet Bridge against Ancom infiltration teams, which isn't terrible. It's a pretty interesting little mission. And for this one, honestly, now that we do have two operatives, we do have choices. I think the shotgun's going to serve us a lot better here. You will see why shortly. In fact, I think I'm actually going to err on the side of caution for once. I'm actually going to bring 2 stacks of buckshot because Ancom does bring a pretty good variety of weapons, and it tends to be some pretty high-tech stuff. But I do feel like we're also going to be dealing with hordes of them possibly, so I think this will be an okay kit for us. We've marked the location of the cargo on your map. Sabotage groups will infiltrate Tycho Terminal as they overcome the anti-space defenses. Eliminate them all and do not let the cargo be destroyed. Map shows location of the objectives you need to protect. Go there and wait for your guests. No problem. The nice thing about this is that in between objectives, you do have a little bit of downtime, and we need to figure out exactly where we are. Oh, that's interesting. We are way north of all 3 of the objectives. This is a pretty big map, as it turns out. You can see here, we now have a thing where we can call capsule. I don't know if we're actually going to need it. I will try to call it if we can, but we might need to wait for an assault mission to show that off properly. And unfortunately, most of the containers on the map tend to be empty on these types of missions, so you can't just loot your employers, unfortunately, but you'll get plenty of loot off the people you kill, so no worries on that front. Unless I'm about to be proven extremely wrong, I'm pretty sure you're not really on a timer on this one, fortunately, so we can take our time crawling through in sneak mode to save our calories. Here we go, first room. So you're gonna come to a room like this, and as soon as you get in there, prepare to defend. I have detected enemy signatures. Do not let the customer's property be destroyed. You got it, Jane. And now we can actually do a little bit of a walk just to do a little bit more scouting before they get in here. So nothing in here. We've got the cargo of goods. Do not let that be destroyed. As for, okay, cover could be a little bit of a concern on this one. I might actually want to try and do all the fighting out in this room. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, let's start sneaking. Okay, here we go. We don't see them yet. That's fine. Go one more. The Keeper of Secrets. You've got an SR-78 assault rifle. So right away, they are coming in with some pretty solid gear. Actually, go up to sprint. Make sure, yeah, there we go. No cover for you. Yeah, unfortunately, he did block that door open, but that's fine. We know where they're all going to be coming from. So we'll go ahead, sneak a reload in. Nothing on that yet. I would like to try and get this gear before you get here. Yeah, there we go. So go ahead, grab that for free, grab that, and nothing good on armor yet, but here we go. We can probably start doing a little bit of peeking like this, and we'll be a-okay. And I think that's just gonna be a bathroom, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about anyone sneaking in from there. I'd even be worth getting a little bit greedy here, and a Taiga shotgun right away, so they will be replenishing that for us. That's good news. Arbiter boots actually aren't terrible, and we do need some decent boots, so I'm actually gonna grab these for now. I might end up disassembling them. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of sneak peeking, and we should be a-okay. And an industrial AR right away. An advanced Hydra, which would be an okay backup weapon, but I think we're fine with the assault rifle over that. Got some wire out of that. That's nice. Okay, I've gotten a little bit greedy with the reloads there. Actually, just go down to walk, let you peek. Go sprint just to be safe, and go back down to sneak. Got one more coming in here. Loot you while we can. Okay, there's a lot more coming in at once. Now, this is a slow person, and then the other guys are kind of getting caught up on each other, I think. Go ahead and wait here. Oh, got a control click for that. There we go. One more coming in. Sneak weight. There we go. So yeah, there we go. We gotta do that 2 more times. Not the worst defense mission, because it's a little bit more slow-paced and chill. Fighter backpack. Okay, we've already seen how garbage these are, so I'm just gonna disassemble you, and we actually get some cyborg parts out of that. Okay, I was expecting to get, you know what, disassemble further. I want to try and get some circuit boards and the like. There we go. Don't drop it. Disassemble it. Okay, there we go. We got 2 of those. We needed that. Try and get the armor plate if we can. I'm actually not going to worry about slugs on this one because I want to try and get some 797 out of here. Wouldn't mind getting that cable either. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm actually going to swap the cable for rags. We're okay on rags for the moment, I feel like. Oh, that. You would give me that. Research station. We definitely need to get that out of here. Okay, you know what? Sorry, Boots. I know you're made for walking, and that's just what you're going to do because I need to actually get this other stuff out of here. Drop the plastic. That's another one we're okay on. Grab the research. Grab the ammo. We'll leave the anti-rad meds because I don't think I've seen these guys use radiation, and they're still pretty low tech, so if they do have it, it'll probably be later. And since we're on the space station, we do fortunately have absentia, so we can go ahead and eat the Quasimorph stuff without penalty. An AI module would also be nice to get out of here. A Gland Nova, a silenced weapon, which silencers are interesting. You can see here, enemies don't notice shots unless they were hit. If you're trying to dink someone from downtown and you keep missing, then they won't notice you're there. I assume they will still alert people around them. I don't think it's just like only one person will notice you, but it's still a decent little thing. I did want to try and actually get a stack of rusty metal out of here because we do need it for a few things. I'm gonna even go ahead and say rubber will abandon this time for the AI module because we need that for upgrades. And definitely get your reloads in while you're on the move across the map. Including the assault rifle, I don't plan on actually using this thing, but I would like to extract the full stack of 797 if at all possible. And this will still stay on the map, so fair warning on that, but we know that we've done that one, so no problems there. And you know what? We do have a lot of stuff, so how about we go ahead and call the capsule? So you go over to your mission management where you plan to evacuate, hit Z, and you hear it land. An escape pod has been dispatched and should land somewhere nearby. This can land literally anywhere on the floor that you're on. So if we hit map, we will go up to... Okay, you know what? We actually got extremely lucky. It's right here. It's actually on our way back. Yeah, it's right here. And you know what? I am actually going to walk up there and drop the stuff that we've been picking up that we want to get out of here, namely that research station, because it does cover a lot. So we have 4 pods that we can go ahead and extract some stuff in. So go ahead, throw that in there. The fighter backpack won't stack. And this is actually a full stack of rusty metal, so I think we can safely extract that. So there we go. That is the capsule. I think right now it's on a 22-hour cooldown, so if you do want to do back-to-back missions, it can be worth waiting a day just to make sure that you can reuse this. I will forget that at some point when I really need it, but it is something I'm going to at least, you know, throw out there before I forget said thing. And I think our calorie count's fine, so we'll probably just go ahead and walk to cover a little bit more ground more quickly. But yeah, as you can see, fortunately, you can actually walk around relatively freely on these missions, which is extremely nice for a change of pace. Yeah, this is a pretty big-ass terminal, by the way. For 1 floor, this is a huge map. Okay, I was concerned it might be 2 entrances, but it looks like it's just the 1. Problem with that is the next room over is a huge open room. Let's go ahead, scout the back here, make sure I'm not getting any unexpected surprises. Okay, we're fine. Move on up this way, go down to sneak so we can figure out where they are. Go ahead, open that. Go ahead, peek. And we'll start ripping some downtown shots since we have plenty of ammo. Wait in the doorway like a bold badass slash kind of dumb, but I think we're fine for the moment. I guess we'll get some water for now. I might end up dropping that. Yeah, this room's not great for shotguns, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Okay, and you heard the little silencer on that one, and I shouldn't have checked that while I was in stealth. That's fine. What do you have? Shotgun. Okay. We'll go sprint mode, pull back. Boom, boom, boom. Move up. Boom. What do you guys have? Knife and Liberator. Okay. Not terrible, but we should be fine. Get a little bit more aggressive. Try and destroy some of your cover while we can. Okay. I need to pull back. Sneak a reload in with the door closed. That's fine. Probably actually need to go sprint mode for next round, I think. I hit Z instead of X because I couldn't see my keyboard. Let's go ahead and move that slightly. There we go. You know what? It worked out. We kind of baited them into half damaging the door. Let's pretend that was the plan. Go down to that. Okay, problem here is because they've shut the door, now it's welded shut, so I have to destroy it to open it. Okay, you know what? We are gonna have to destroy that. That's fine. The car goes down here. Get another reload in. Go sprint so that we can be reloaded next round. Go ahead, peek that. You have a shotgun as well. That's gonna be slugs. Yeah, you have slugs. Rip a shot at you, get you to come closer. We'll do some corner peeking here. I think we'll be okay. Okay, third one down south. And we have 2 actions, so I'm gonna peek, see what you have, and then fall back immediately. Oh, a rookie vest. Try and grab that, actually, instead of the backpack. I think we have 3 of those now. Okay, get closer. Rip shot. There's still more. Get the reload in while we can. Go down to sneak mode. I don't see you yet. Probably a good time to grab a snack. Okay, there you are. What do you have? The land. Okay, that's just a lab suit. That's okay, but yeah, it's mainly for secondary damage types. Let you come a little bit closer. You're slow. Okay, you know what? You're gonna rip shots from down there. That's fair. Let's fall back a little bit. Get you to come closer, and 1 more round, and then we sprint out. Still more. Move up. We'll start looting because I'm ready to get out of here shortly. And is that Arbiter? Yeah, Arbiter's decent. Unfortunately, I think the other gear's a little bit more high pry than any armor at this point, so we'll go ahead and go for that. This armor is not bad, though. Weapon case, hello. What do we get rid of for that? Okay, get rid of that. Put the first aid kit in the vest for now and take the weapon case. There we go. That'll work. There's that rookie vest that we wanted. This guy has a stun grenade. I wouldn't mind trying to get more buckshot. Let's drop these lawn blades that we picked up at some point. Would also like to try and get this stun grenade. Yeah, drop the water. We don't need that. And we can probably drop this tin ahead of time. Ooh, rubberized controller. Bionic chest. Scatter up, load weight, modifier up, recovering health per turn. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, let's grab that. Again, I haven't actually done any bionic stuff yet, so I'll be learning that shortly along with you guys, but I'm sure it's good. Oh, a turret would be nice to get too. So all the things. I want all the things. You know what? Just disassemble everything. We might be able to get... Yeah, I think we got a print circuit board out of that, so that was actually worth it. Where is this last guy at? Oh, the good news is that we've got just about all of the looting done already. He didn't get by me somehow, did he? I'm gonna check in here just to be safe. Okay. No. Seriously, where are you? There we go. What do you have? You have a long hue. Yeah, this one's interesting. I feel like, at least when I've used it, it was inaccurate AF. Unless it was stuck in freaking dispersed and I wasn't aware of it. But it technically does more damage than ours. It is a single load. It can hold 16 rounds though, which is nice. But I think we're gonna stick with our good old trusty auto shotgun for now. We can go sprint next turn. I'm actually gonna back off and draw him to me. Do 1 more stealth check. Okay, I think we can probably peek now. Okay, there's 2 of them. Okay, you bled out. Love that for me. There's still more. Get a reload in. Move up a little bit. Wait in place. I think that was that door closing, not opening. Get a little bit of an angle. Shots at you. We're still waiting. Go ahead, fall back and check these guys. Bio waste tank. We get plenty of these guys from Tianming, so I'm actually not going to worry about extracting that. We do need microchips for upgrades as well. Or not upgrades, for, I think a certain repair kit, actually. We'll find cyborg parts later. I'm gonna disassemble that and grab the microchip. I don't know if that's a good trade-off. Probably isn't, but screw it, it's fine. Okay, more come down this hallway. Just wait for you to open the door. Eek, rip a shot. There we go. Now on to the final objective, which I think might be through this door, or through this one, actually. Hold on, let's check that one first. It's a little bit closer. Could drink this beer, but there's a 5% chance of alcoholism, and I've definitely rolled that before, so let's not do that. Load up on buckshot, and I think this should hopefully be close to the final room. There we go. Prepare to defend. Final room. This one seems a little bit more defensible as well, which is nice. We got a nice little choke point here. We could even fall back to this little concrete barrier if we want to. Let's go ahead, sneak on down. See if we can keep the fighting in the kitchen for as long as we can. And that's a knife, so we're good with that. Go ahead, sprint over to here. There we go. Get a nice little juice box for our efforts. And now we play the waiting game. I think it's a nice little angle to hole up at. Okay, remember that time I said it was a nice little angle and then I immediately went for a reload and they showed up? Good times. It's a little bit greedy, but we're playing defense. Let's not be dumb about it. Question is, do I want to... I think we still fight in the kitchen. I think that's fine. I think we just try and pile them up right here. There is fuel right here, which in theory they shouldn't have an angle on, but scatter can do some crazy shit. So let's go here. Okay, that still counts as cover, interestingly enough. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. There we go. That was a grenade, and I don't see where it landed. I think it might have landed under the table. So let's move up. I think that might have been a stun grenade. It was an acid grenade. So yeah, if we step in that, we're going to get poison, toxic, and generally things that aren't good for us. Rip that shot. Reload, go to cover. Ah, here we go. Thank you, Jane. Careful, there are acid puddles next to you. They are difficult to notice, but they are extremely dangerous. Avoid them or let them dry up. So these will go away over time, fortunately. Same as fire. And go down to walking while we wait. Go sneak mode, actually. And we'll just... Oh, duh, because, yeah, everything's pretty much empty. So good news, the fuel barrel isn't going to explode, actually. And now we can just wait here and skip all the turns in sneak. They do sometimes take their sweet time getting over here. Wait one more. There we go. Wait it out. Probably go in for the reload at this point. And honestly, just do reloads in stealth since we have some free time. I think this guy's, yeah, one movement. Okay, that was a lot easier than the other ones. I think we did the quote-unquote last one or second. That one took forever. There we go, evacuation, and now we're good to leave. Not the most difficult mission in the world by far, and you can get some decent loot out of it as well, as long as you're fighting the right enemies. So we got a full stack of 797. This thing's fully loaded up. We'll disassemble what we can on the way out and see if we get a little bit better stuff, but other than that, this mission is, oh boy. Okay, this is why you might want to fight Ancom. Buffalo. Buffalo! We have 4 rows to put stuff in now. That is amazing. And we got a rod. I don't think I've seen any crude mechanisms, unfortunately. I've only seen rusty metal. If we can find a crude mechanism, that would be perfect. I think, unfortunately, they don't use any weapons like that because that tends to be more industrial type stuff. Okay, I think that's everything they had on them, and this was a bunch of the extra stuff that we have. Nothing crazy to pick up at the very end, but we're fine to go ahead and walk on back to the ship at this point. Great job, boss. Planet Bridge prepared and sent valuable cargo to the Magnum as a reward. It seems it handed over to us what we were protecting. Plot twist. And our dear colleagues were told that the cargo had been destroyed. Okay, this is a little bit interesting. That's not actually that interesting, but a bunch of capacitors is good. The Builder Industrial Nail Gun, 75 rounds in a magazine, but it's literally a nail gun. This thing has crude mechanisms in it. I might just take this thing apart to see if we roll that lucky. And I think we'll actually hold on to this robot because I think we need some robots for upgrades, but I could also disassemble that if we needed to. Other than that, some nails and video game. Not the best rewards, but also not the worst. Of course, yeah, our main reward was obviously what we actually got out of the level itself. As you can see, the stuff that we put on the old little capsule showed up on the ship right away. The other interesting thing about that is that if we had failed that mission, this stuff still would have made it back. That is a very good way to guarantee extractions, and I'm just going to disassemble this right away. I don't know if we got to the crude mechanism. It might have just gone... I don't think we did, sadly. Sadly, no upgrades out of that, but the good news is that we can actually build some of these high-tech kits. One specifically, but at least it's one that we have now. And now we're just one crude mechanism away from being able to craft the next upgrade. And you don't see the capsule down here, but if you want to check the cooldown on it, you just got to go to your hangar, and it'll tell you there we got 15 hours to go. So time is definitely passing when we are on the mission because, yeah, you can see right there, the recharge is technically 23 hours, but we were down there so long that it started recharging as we were just sitting there waiting, so that's nice. And here we go. Now we have 3 fighter backpacks, and we also have another rookie vest, so we're looking very good on this front. We're definitely lacking in armor itself, so we should probably try and correct that at some point. If we really wanted to, we could crack open these guard clothing containers, but again, I would rather not do that if we don't have to. And is there anything else we want to do here before we move on? I was thinking about maybe doing this level 3 conquest, especially now that we have a 4-slot backpack. Actually, how about to wrap up today, we do another quick little defense mission. Over here, front comp, it's an infiltration. It's not gonna be a huge reward, but again, I think this one's mainly gonna be about us trying to check out some of the other guys. You know what? I have literally 0 notes against Tianming. So let's fight these guys for my first time ever, possibly. unless I just forgot to write stuff down about them. And they do like us, so we can afford to lose rep with them, and this will more importantly put us in the good graces of front comp, so they might actually start giving us some of their slightly better technology. And this new assault rifle is quite a bit better than the other one. We do lose a little bit of piercing damage, but better overall condition, better scatter, accuracy, and crit damage. We do lose a little bit in the magazine itself. However, it also has a collimator, which does reduce damage fall off by 12% per tile, so it can be a little bit more damage at longer range. So let's go ahead and take this thing out for a spin. Why not? And I almost immediately did the thing, so we need to wait for 13 hours before we go on the mission. And then, yeah, once you go down to the hangar, it just says it's ready to go. So let's get on down there. Remember to swap it back over to the defense mission, and let's send Percy back out there. I'm also going to give him a fresh backpack so he doesn't have to worry about repairs. Yeah, definitely give him a rookie vest. I might even want to repair that one a little bit. Yeah, it just needs rags or plastic. We can throw some rags on there. I believe these both do the same, 2510. Yeah, so once again, we're just looking for infiltration teams to kill. Okay, we didn't roll a random event, and okay, I was worried about that. We don't have a signal, which is really concerning. We at least do get to know, okay, only 4 targets. That's very low, actually. And fortunately, on this one, we do actually have loot to look for, and let's go walking mode. There we go. This one's the same thing, so we have either burst or rapid fire, no problem there. Go ahead, do a little stealth check right away. And only a 3-turn reload. You love to see it. Okay, one right around that corner. They're going to be peeking here shortly, so use the cover. Thank you. Yeah, once you have an accurate weapon, he's a little bit better, as it turns out. There we go. That's how you clean people up with an AR. Do another stealth check. There might be more. Were they the infiltration team? They were not. Gonna do another quick little reload in place, since this is a nice little hallway to hold. And time to see what Tianming's all about. Liberator. I'm gonna pick that up purely for the buff for now. It does use the same ammo type as our assault rifle, so we definitely want to use the ammo for that. Ah, here we go, a Hydra. Again, don't plan on even using the thing, but you know what? It's better to have one that we can switch off to than wasting ammo on 2 guns of the same type of ammo. And we'll reload that once we actually have a decent ammo count to fill that up with. I'll probably find a decent weapon on one of these guys here in about 10 seconds anyway. Glass bottles. We haven't actually collected any yet. We do need some of those for, I believe, different types of explosives at some point. So it might be worth trying to extract a few of those. It can be a little bit difficult to get, unfortunately. Unless you're actually drinking alcohol and stuff like that, you're kind of waiting on map RNG to make you lucky. Ooh, hello. This is the kind of room we like. Not a rotten Mr. Meaty, though. Item chip. Okay, so now we ask the question, don't use the scanner because the jammer still works. The question is it worth trying to extract with that, or do we just try and push through for the mission? We definitely don't call anything right away. That might be one worth just putting in the capsule and moving on. I think these are usually dead ends, but they do occasionally have containers in them, so it's worth checking. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got a couple in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the stealth weight. Pop out here. We don't have an angle, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. Okay, that'll draw some attention, I'm sure. Okay, I think we clipped it twice. There's a cutter on the ground now. Quasimorph, right. Okay, interesting. So we're in the same orbit. I guess the last one was a certain station that didn't have Quasimorphosis, but this one does. I just note, okay, I might need to look that up. I'm not clear on the rules on that. Oh, you know what? Okay, I think it does make sense, because I think this is an asteroid of the moon. However, I think this is on the moon, that asteroid, and the other one was a space station surrounding the asteroid, so I think it makes sense. Not entirely sure, if I'm being honest. Okay, we'll go ahead and let them deal with that for a turn, and do a little bit of a check here, see how that's going. 3 of them. I'm guessing those are all Quasimorphs. They're destroying the wall. They destroyed the door that was attached to it. Okay, 2 of those were targets. Go ahead and move back. Either that or they shot that away. Unclear. Okay, well, you're not chasing me anymore, so... Hello? Hey, buddy. Okay, we ate some random fire that wasn't intended for us. That's fine. I think we literally got over it in a second. Sneak another little reload in. Probably go ahead and stack this ammo since we're in sneak mode. Okay, you cleared that Quasimorph pretty quickly. This guy, I think, will move up.
You will die.
2 of them.
A few hours.
This might be the rest of the infiltration team. I don't like that angle. Move up. There we go. You still have cover. I'm actually gonna hold in place. Okay, you have a Starlock. You have a Saw Blade Thrower. Oh, this is one of the ones they gave us. Okay, this could be a little bit dangerous. It is a one load at a time, but it also seems to have very good stats given the credit cost for it. But you're also both in cover. So let's fall back, see if you come down here. Go up. There we go. Okay, you may have seen that. Yeah, the Saw Blade Throwers can be really interesting. I think they tend to be kind of inaccurate, but once they work pretty damn well. All right. Oh, you reloaded. I thought she was using it as a melee weapon. Okay, well, there goes her, I think. Bye. Dead, I guess. Good. One target left. Okay. So these guys are really spread out for being an infiltration team of 4. See if they actually have anything decent on them. Don't know which door that was. That could be this one over here. We are in sneak, fortunately, so we do have free looting at the moment. Oh, there we go. Another Saw Blade Thrower. Okay, so these guys like their Saw Blades of all things, which is an interesting choice. Amputation can be pretty damn bad in this game. I don't like that angle. Okay, pull back. Get up. Get closer. There we go. Pretty bad miss. Okay, thankfully he just scratched us. Go down to walking so we don't get that accuracy debuff. There we go. And you weren't the target. Okay, another fighter. I think at this point we're okay to not worry about these as a priority. I will still try and get some good mag vests out, but I think we have 3 or 4 of these at this point, so we can just repair those and maintain them, hopefully. Go ahead and grab the SMG for now. Decent medical pants. Yeah, these guys are a medical corporation, so I don't expect them to have the best armor. That's not terrible, but it looks like their focus is actually going to be on cold and toxic resistance, which is an interesting combo. I would not mind trying to get some more wire out here. Get rid of the feces, I suppose. Armored gas mask looks a lot cooler than it actually is, if you can believe it. Could go for a shotgun pistol, but I don't think we really need to worry about it. And I've been ignoring springs for a while, so I'm actually going to drop the glass bottle for those. See if we can try and get some of those out for a change. Okay, extreme balloon. Okay, I wasn't planning to pick it up anyway, but it doesn't look like it's anything for us, sadly. Ooh, do I want to try and disassemble this? Yeah, let's disassemble it, see if we can get some decent parts out of it. It would probably honestly be smarter to just try and extract the device itself and then disassemble it on the ship, but I'm kind of fine doing the field stripping just to see what things actually drop. I might try and take out tin cans. These are also useful for grenades, and we probably won't be doing that for a while, but it would be nice to have. Yeah, I was really hoping the sensor would be in there, or the jammer rather. Sadly not. Ooh, military parts. Definitely don't disassemble that. In fact, drink the cola so we can get the tin can. Grab that. We got plenty of capacitors in the last mission, so I'm not worried about that. I'm hoping one of these saw throwers is going to drop a crude mechanism, but they might be too high tech. Ooh, actually, hold on. Hold on. I may have just had an idea. This old cutter. These are a little bit old school. Disassemble that. There we go. Crude mechanism. I will probably want to start grabbing plastic and rags again here shortly since we've ignored them for a couple missions, but we're fine for now. Since we've been doing back-to-back missions, we're not doing that much crafting. Yeah, I don't want to call the capsule down with if I can't find it. That could be real bad. I could end up wasting, like, no joke, a couple thousand calories going across the map if it lands poorly. You definitely don't want to call a capsule and then not use it. That is, like, the worst thing you could do. Also, the intrusion's getting bad because of the music. Actually, you know what? Oh, how did that not clip that? Agree to disagree, game. Come on. All right, you get SMG'd. Couple things here. 1, you weren't the target. 2, Magna Service. A minor Quasimorph of Dugar, a faithful servant of his dark masters. Totally kitted out in moonmail, which is awesome. 2, he has a big-ass flail. And 3, I don't think I explained this when I was talking about Quasimorphs, but they all have a theme, and I remember looking this up a while ago, so feel free to chime in or correct me if I'm wrong about this. I believe they're all based on different eras of human history and mythology, so I believe the moon Quasimorphs are all about the human medieval era. So these guys are going to be all about their chainmail, plate mail, melee weapons, all sorts of cool stuff like that, so they're pretty dope. That being said, how good is this armor? Okay, it's actually, the boots are good, but the other stuff is okay. So I think this guy's still a minor Quasimorph, so more dangerous than any we've seen, but we can still take him. And honestly, go ahead and get a reload in. How fast are you? Very slow. Perfect. Okay, so we have a couple rounds to load this up. There we go. Oh, there was someone out here. Perfect. Actually, go ahead and move on up to here. Let you guys worry about that. And, ooh, you know what? Actually, because this is just going to put me in line of fire if they manage to miss him. I'm going to fall back to this one. Okay, I think, yeah, that's items. That's going to be his stuff he dropped. So go up to sprint and fire at you. Good hit. Go down to walking. Good hit. Probably wait. One of you had to be the... No. Okay, so for being a small infiltration team, there are a metric fuck ton of them, and I still haven't found my target. The jammer or the target, either would be fine at this point. I'm just going to do some sneak reloading. We did also pop my thing for XP. We kind of wasted it, but that's fine. Hey, guess who's right around the corner? And guess who has a lunar nail gun? The Wheel of Pain. Painful, pierce through armor penetration. Yeah, these guys aren't dicking around. And we did check that in stealth, unfortunately, but he's also phasing in, so that's fine. Get to cover. Were you the target? Nope. I think if you kill the human, I don't think you have to kill the Quasimorph for that, by the way. But we do need to kill you anyway. Thank you.
Somebody please.
Do some stealth shooting. Yeah, this is a lot better than the rogue AR, by the way. It's nice to be able to hit your target for a change. Okay. Any of you the target? No, why would you be? Go up to walking to be safe. There's that chainmail, by the way, I was telling you about. So, yeah, as you can see, pretty good condition, really good resistances. However, it only has one vest slot. Not bad for, say, a melee character or someone you know who's going to have a big backpack, but there is definitely a pretty sizable trade-off. Fried meat we could eat, but that's going to boost Quasimorphosis, which is already up to 365, which is not great for us. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take the moon boots. Those are pretty good. The rest of this, I'm going to disassemble and see if we can get something decent out of it. 2 lunar bone and 3 quasi plumbum. I think the bone tends to be for more weapons. The quasi plumbum's for armor. I'm honestly half tempted to extract at this point. That does feel like kind of a waste though, doesn't it? Let's drop the rags for this for now. We'll see what happens. I just need to find the target and then we'll go from there. Another turret would be nice to extract with as well. Again, don't really want to drop anything for the capsule until I know where it's going to be at. We actually got the Gatling gun from disassembling that turret. Huh. It did just dawn on me. I technically get a boost on this thing. Hey, I don't need you anymore. We are extremely heavy, though, is a slight problem. Rate of fire is 8. Ramp up shot. I've literally never used one of these before. Ceramic plates, weapon parts, and springs to repair it. Can't use this weapon this turn after moving. Okay, so we literally have to stay in place to use it. Each subsequent shot increases the number of bullets fired by 1. Tech level 9. I mean, I have to extract, right? Like, if I get greedy here, that's really dumb. And this guy also had... Okay, it looks like the same type of gear. I did want to try and get this out too, didn't I? I did. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna disassemble all the armor. That's fine. I was planning to do that. Yeah, these nails of pain are interesting because that's what this thing uses. I assume it can fire regular nails. I'm not sure. This is another weapon I've never used. Actually, maybe not because it's a Quasimorph weapon. The problem with that, the ammo itself literally expires. I'm sure I can find a way to make this at some point, but for now, I don't. You know what? We have short pipes. We always ignore them. We have literally 1 spring. That's fine. We'll grab that, and I'm gonna repair it with a shard. And I think we can repair our boots with that. Good. I really feel like we should just bounce here. We have so much good stuff. We have a relatively clear path back to base. I don't know what's over here, so this could just loop. Okay, let's push forward a little bit. I think I'm going to extract regardless, but I do want to... Okay, wait 1 more turn. Yeah, don't peek corners with your last AP. That's really dumb. The other thing to keep in mind is now that Quasimorphosis is this bad, also this does link up perfect. Yeah, now that Quasimorphosis is bad, this could be very dangerous up on the 2nd floor. Okay, let's check out the medical room and then we'll bounce. Actually got a few tin cans out of this of all things. A bunch of bandages. And this is stuff that doesn't boost anything. We'll just keep popping drugs because drugs are fun. Yeah, we're leaving. Oh, I gotta call for the extraction first. And yep, we got a chip, so that's A-okay. Not how I was intending for this mission to go, but we take what we can get. So now we've got a Gatling gun. That's, not the thing I was expecting to do this part at all, if ever. And we got some burn tablets, which, okay, will Honestly, I say okay. That's probably going to be really good later down the line once we know we're fighting people that constantly use flamethrowers and the like. But more importantly, with that crude mechanism, once we get everything else sorted out. Oh, right. We need to make the kit. We actually did unlock also project cost down for our weapon upgrades. So once we start making our own weapons, it'll be cheaper. That's good. An unexpected surprise, but a welcome one. And you need 3 robot parts for the shooting range. That'll be a while. Since we have 24 more days to complete the mission, I'm just going to orbit for a little bit to wrap up with something kind of nice for us. There we go. Engineer kit. Now we get even more slots here. Hooray. And, oh, that wasn't. Oh, it's a gunsmith kit. Okay, hold on. We might do more orbiting here in a second. I think we can make that. Get out of here, hydrogel. We have something more important to do. Firearm repair kits. We can make 3 of them. I forgot that adds more time. Screw it, it's fine. Time isn't an issue in this game. We also need to replace the other 2 that we just used for an upgrade, so that's kind of convenient. And you can see over here, this is all the missions being generated as we just kind of vibe in the universe, so you actively can see across the universe what's happening, which is nice. There we go, gunsmith. So now we go down to the hangar, upgrade, fuel pump so we can use it a little bit quicker, storage optimization for that high-tech kit, even more storage, and the piece de resistance, the shuttle. Shuttle gets its own inventory, extra items per mission, and evacuation slots. Get that right away. And what do we need for this? High tech and engineer again, so we'll try and make even more of those. I don't think we can make either. Yeah, we need microchips and more crude mechanisms. From now on, anytime we're on the first floor, if we can get back to our shuttle, we can just throw stuff on there, and then we can keep continuing the mission. So basically, we have a guaranteed capsule on the first floor of every mission. And again, we've already seen how powerful the capsule can be. The shuttle is so much bigger. And once you max it out, it's, I think, no joke, as big as a 6x4 slot. So next time, we're going to go back to that mission and do it again because that worked out very well for us. It seems like Tianming might be a great target for us. We are making some very rapid progress on our upgrade trees, and there's still a few things we need. We got the research station, which I think we need 4 of those things. Yeah, we need 4 of those to do our own research, which is a bit of a shame. But if we look in the hangar, we need these nano robot charges, which I've never seen. Management unit's not bad. We know what we need for this to increase another row for the shuttle. And then over here, we have firearm repair kits, and I'm guessing that's another one of the, I think that might be the high-tech kit, or maybe armor repair. I can't tell by the icon. But after that, we can start doing our own trading on far distant planets, which I'll admit I don't tend to use very much because you need most of what you get on missions, but it'll be nice to have. We still need cloning stations, which maybe these guys will give us since they're so medically focused. Supply, we need welding machines, which we've been pretty unlucky on. I think we might be able to find some more of those back on Mars in like construction areas, if I'm not mistaken. So we might try and find some targets like that. We need specialist rosters, I believe, for both of these. So navigation, we know what we need and it's relatively easy to get. But you can see down here, we're already ready for that upgrade. And we have been collecting the items to get the other ones, so that should be relatively easy to get once we get the stuff we need. And engineering, we're just slowly building our stockpile in the background for whenever we get lucky and find those. So our PMC becomes slowly and slowly more powerful, and I think we're just going to keep working on that route. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to it. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.